Okay, these are just loaded with practical advice, and I'll briefly look at them with you, and then you'll have them as a PDF copy, so I'm certainly not going to sit here and read them to you. One of the things about images, when you send images in an email, not everyone sees images by default in their settings. And that means sometimes when you open up an email, do you see an empty box with an X in it, but you don't see the graphic? And you have to click to download images or click on the image to display it. 67% of the people see it that way. They haven't done anything to display images. So if your email opens up with a nice big image with your logo and all the things about it, or your whole email is an image, egads, they didn't see anything unless they took the effort to click. So we want to balance image against text. A lot of people, I'm getting these a lot lately, where the entire email is an image. And the only way I can see that image is to click on it. And one of the reasons we're doing that, I'm not doing it, but some are, is when you click that image, it counts as an open because you've now taken a step, you've done something. So the service provider gets a message back saying, email opened. It only counts as opened if something happened in the email. Images were downloaded or a link was clicked. That's how we count the opens. So that's why some people are doing it, to get the open rate up when they're doing this. More important than that, the open rate is, did they take an action? So they're going to have to open it and click a link or call or do the step that you're looking for them to do. Logos and images, the hot spot on your page is always the upper left corner, because in any size window, that's always visible. When you start getting over to the right and down to the bottom, those places aren't as visible without a scroll. And remember, with a tablet or a mobile device, your finger is the scroll bar. And some people will scroll, and some people just look at the basic and leave it there and don't go over to the other side. Include your company name in text in case the image didn't come through. Make sure what you're asking them to do is at the top, and if you want to repeat it down at the bottom, that's fine. A lot of people just put it in at the end, kind of in their closing comment, and people miss that. Yeah, so if I want you to click a link to sign up for the seminar here today, and I bury that at the bottom, and you only scan the top of my message and you don't scroll down, you could miss that opportunity. But if I have my register button at the top and I repeat it down at the bottom, I'm hoping that you're going to get it one spot or the other.
You would just put a button, a visual cue, as opposed to saying something about it?
I would put both.
Yeah.
I would put both. Definitely. Don't give too many choices, and I'm going to elaborate on that just a little bit more. Your images can be clickable, so your image can have a link to it so that when they click on it, it goes to your website, it goes to the home that's for sale that you're marketing, it goes to the bracelet or the jewelry that you've designed. It goes over there and gives a full description and more information about it. We talked about this already. Test it. Always test every link and make sure that it's all working. So how do you drive responses? Know what you want them to do. Set out at the very beginning, use this worksheet as a guide to know where you want to take them. If you have multiple choices for them to perform, do you think they'll perform multiple choices, or do you think they'll kind of lose interest? What's your vote? They lose interest pretty quickly. Make it easy and obvious. Here's an example. This is a florist who had a Mother's Day promotion, and there was a discussion about how should we design this email. And in that design, someone in the room said, I think just putting one flower bouquet in there with a clickable link that says click here to buy now would be the best. And the others said, no, we have lots of choices. Let's give them all the choices so that they can make their own decision. Why should we force them into this one bouquet? So they did run this test. They sent it out, they divided it up and sent it out to their email list. And what they found was this one sold 3 to 1. Because as people were looking at their email, they were able to click that, take care of that message, done, flowers ordered, mom's taken care of, move on. This one, I'm not really sure, did she want the pink ones or should I get the one with the cute little bumblebee? Maybe I should ask my husband, it's his mother anyway. I'm not really sure. I'm going to save this for later until I have some time to deal with it. If you want them to take an action, give them the action that you want them to take and provide that to them. And if it's a clickable link that's going to take them to more resources, great. I wouldn't encourage that they should have to provide their email to see the more choices, though. That's going to be a roadblock to success right there. And we've already identified that. Make it easy and obvious. You can put a button that's easy and make your buttons big enough that if it is on a small device that they can get to it. I've seen emails where it's really tightly packed and I'm trying to get to it and I'm expanding and doing all these things and I can't seem to get the button, and I'll try a few times and then I'll move on. Maybe I'll go home and bring it up on my computer if it's something that I'm really, really interested in, or maybe I'll just find another way to access that same information. So make it really easy. Include text links in case they're not seeing the graphics. That's pretty important. Left, center, avoid the right because of that cutoff on some devices. We don't see it unless we scroll over to the side. And we've talked about not a list of options. Make sure that you're measuring the response that you're looking for. That's what this is all about.